guys, and happy Saturday. Welcome to our channel. If you are new here, we are Roots in Wales, and we are in the process of converting our first ever Sprinter van, this beauty right here. This week is a really exciting step. We are working on cladding. So once the cladding is done, it's gonna give us a much better idea of what the van interior is gonna look like. So here we go, we are super excited. Let's go work on some cladding.
This morning's job is to figure out the door that's going to go in here to separate the cab and the main living space. We're going to have like a two-part sliding door, so they're going to join in the middle. It's going to slide along this aluminium track we've got, but we want it to blend in so you can't really see it. So this side is going to have cladding on it, and then in here, in the cab, is going to have carpet on it. So from either side you won't really be able to tell it's a door, and it will all blend in nicely.
Hi friends, I know Shaun has talked a bit about the cladding and how we've gotten on with the walls, but now we are starting the ceiling. So as you saw, the walls are white. The ceiling is the same color as the cladding. All we've done is stain it with like an oil, which you put on with a rag. I know Shaun has showed a bit of that, and there he is testing out our first plank. Excitement is building. See the sun brightly green. That's for my fantasy people. Good news, we just got something in the mail. It was our 55mm hole saw. What is it?
Bit.
Hole saw bit. All right, so good news, we just got something in the mail. It was our 55mm hole saw bit for our recessed ceiling lights. That was a lot. So now when we put the the roof cladding up, we are able to do so and use the bit and piece to do the hole and put the spots in so that we can actually finish the ceiling, which is actually really exciting because so far we have 4 planks on the ceiling, and then we have this wall is pretty much done. We're just missing stuff at the front, and this wall still needs a few more. If you're looking at the walls right now, the white does not look very nice. Basically what happened is we did 2 coats on the first chunk, which looked great, and then when we put them in, it kind of got scratched up, and the Reflectix kind of was leaving like a gray stain on it. So what we decided to do for these guys is we only put 1 coat on everything, and then we're gonna put the last 2 coats afterwards once it's already up on the wall, because there was no point in scratching it. And so that's why it looks kind of shoddy right now. It's only 1 coat, but it'll look a lot better after we add 2 more coats. As you can see, we have already put the first few pieces of cladding up on the ceiling here. However, we couldn't keep going because the next one is where some of our spotlights are going to be. So what we've done is we decided we use this piece here kind of like as a trial piece because we couldn't use it because there were scratch marks and stuff on it, as a template to see where we put the holes. There's also a notch in the corner because it has to fit this notch here. So Shaun has we have our wires, which we put in quite a while ago, and then he cut a hole where it's gonna go and then re-taped it. Did the same thing over here. And then there's gonna be either 2 or 3 more sets of light, but those won't be on this piece of cladding, so we don't have to worry about those for now. So now we can put the spots in with this piece of cladding. Look at those lights! Our ceiling is looking so good. And we did a couple of wiring thingies that had to happen with the lights. Tested the fan. What we did, Shaun was actually quite clever. So the wire for the fan was coming out here, and the problem is we didn't want to have them connecting underneath the cladding where we wouldn't be able to access them if something went wrong. So what we did was we were really sneaky. We took this one apart like 5 times, but finally we took it down again and we passed the line. This was before this piece of cladding. So we passed it like underneath the cladding, but like here and then like up. Well, not quite, it was like here and in like that. So now when you take this light off, you have the connector for the light itself, but you also have the connector for the fan. So it is easily accessible if something were to go wrong. And these are super cute little black LEDs because all of our accessories are gonna be black. You did such a good job.
Woo! So today's job is to finish the cladding on the bulkhead wall just behind me here. So hopefully we can get all this done today.
Alright guys, our cladding is looking so good. I just went around and gave a second coat to everything so far, excluding one part of the ceiling. So our bulkhead, look how great that's looking. That's going to be where the kitchen counter is, so we don't need any there. What's up? The ceiling. I just spent the last few hours in the van giving everything a second coat and it's already looking so much cleaner. Shaun got the cladding done this morning, which was a godsend because we've been cladding for like weeks, it feels. We gave the white on the walls a second coat. It's looking really nice. And then I gave the bulkhead another coat of the stain. And I realized we hadn't really talked much about what we were using. The white is a home-based paint. It's called Crystal Light. And we get it from Homebase, but it's their actual paint brand, and it's super nice. And then the stain is actually it's not this one, I apologize. It's this one here. It's a Danish oil in the natural color. When we started with this, we really didn't feel like it was doing anything, but Shaun's gonna pan up in a minute here and show you the ceiling. Half of it is done and half of it is not, and you can really see the difference now. So it's been a really busy week, but we're really happy with the progress that we've made. We are done cladding, and as of this afternoon, we will be done painting and oiling everything as well. Everything dried overnight, and the ceiling is matching a lot better now, which is a huge relief because when we were doing it yesterday, we weren't sure. It just wasn't looking as dark as the first stain did, but it seems to have darkened overnight. The paint looks really good. Yeah, we're really happy. Next week, super exciting, we are going to be putting in the floor finally. So what you've been seeing is obviously not our final floor. We ordered a really nice vinyl. It's kind of like a gray wood effect vinyl. And hopefully it'll look like real laminate flooring like you would have in a house. And yeah, thanks for watching guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good week.